Fidan from Turkey.
Last time I was asking about the people who lack hate for apostates and for those who have mocked Islam a few times, and I was asking if this was kufur. You said this was too generic of a question. So what further information should there be? In what case is it kufur and in what case is it not kufur?
What was the original question?
The people who lack hate for apostates and also for those who mock Islam sometimes. They hate some of them, but they don't hate some of them.
Okay. I will answer inshallah. Idan from Turkey, he says that if people hate something of Islam and not all of it, would this render them apostates or out of the fold of Islam? First of all, I receive hundreds of questions every week, literally, if not thousands, actually thousands. And a lot of these questions are from Muslims, from young Muslims. And the vast majority of these questions revolve around kufr and shirk. They have this obsession of condemning everything to be an act of apostasy. So I was going to the masjid and I said, I'm going to pray in the masjid, and my father smiled. Is his smile considered to be kufr? Was he mocking Islam? Things like this tends or seems to give me the impression that people are so trigger happy. They want to get people out of the fold of Islam. A da'i said so-and-so. Is he a kafir? Someone said, MashaAllah or Tabarakallah on a cat that was walking in a very funny way. Is he a kafir? Why is this happening? Why are people so anxious to get people out of the fold of Islam? This is something that needs to be addressed. This is not the time, definitely, to address it. But be careful. Now, if someone hates something of Islam, hating it because of its self or because Allah revealed it as part of the religion. In the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said that when Allah created heaven and hell, he told Jibreel, go and look at it. And Jibreel said, after looking at it, by Allah, that when I looked at paradise, I thought that no one would hear about it except will enter it. No one can resist not entering it. And when I heard hell, no one would hear about it and enter it. People would be afraid of it. Then Allah Azza wa Jal adorned paradise with hardship and adorned hell with desires and lusts. And Jibreel went and took another look. He said, by Allah, I am afraid that no one will enter paradise and everybody would enter hellfire. Or as the Prophet said, what does that mean? It means that there are things that we hate, not because they are part of the religion, but they go against our desires and what we want. For example, when Fajr is at 2:30 or 3 a.m. and Isha is very late, like 11:30 or 12 o'clock. The time is not sufficient to sleep. And if you do go to bed, you wake up hardly. So you go to prayer, you go to Fajr, not singing and whistling and clapping. You go with a lot of hardship. You feel the suffering and the burden. You don't hate Fajr, a'udhu billah. This is a hypocrite. Rather, you hate the state you are in and the sleepiness and being tired. So this is not hating Islam. If a woman hates wearing the hijab because she's sweating and it's hot and she cannot breathe properly, there's no problem in that. That's very natural. But if she hates hijab because she feels oppressed or subjugated or discriminated, or that this is illogical, why would Allah do this to me? This is hypocrisy that leads to kufr, because they hated what Allah has revealed and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best.